What did Hisoka's fortune mean? Let's talk about it. First of all, shout out to Diego. Thank you for the support. And for a little bit of context here, I recently put out a video discussing whether or not the Phantom Troop's fortunes could still come true. And on that video, Diego was asking me about Hisoka's fortune and wondered if it might allude to his future fight with Chrollo. So let's talk about it. So let's take a look at Hisoka's fortune and his real fortune, because remember, he did use texture surprise to change it in order to trick the Phantom Troop. But the first verse here says, "With the eyes of red, a customer comes to call. Half of him an angel, the other death. Secrets of the moons? Go ahead, tell him all those. Of the frost moon, he waits with bated breath." So remember that with this fortune-telling ability, each verse corresponds to a week of the month. So in this case, Hisoka's first verse is about something that's already happened. So the customer that's coming to call with eyes of red is in reference to Kurapika. And this whole verse is about their secret meeting that they have at the fair, where Hisoka tells Kurapika all about the secrets of the Phantom Troop, aka the moons in the poem. So now let's take a look at the second verse, and this is the one that would be describing events that haven't happened yet. So it says, "Day of the sun, under this customer's care, alone with the man of cross reversed. Removed from the calendar is the false hair. With 6 months gone, the year is cursed." So Day of the Sun, under this customer's care, alone with the man of cross reversed, refers to Hisoka finally getting his chance to have a one-on-one with Chrollo thanks to Kurapika. And we see this when the two of them, get dropped off from the blimp on that rooftop, and Hisoka's about to fight him, but then Chrollo reveals he doesn't have any nin. So they don't actually fight, but still, that was proven true, right? Because he got the opportunity thanks to Kurapika, and they could have fought, but they just didn't, right? And then the next line is, "Removed from the calendar is the false hair." That's in reference to Hisoka being the hair of the Phantom Troop because he is the fourth member, and the hair is the fourth member of the Zodiac. So in this moment, he removes his false tattoo and, basically reveals he's not actually in the troop. So that part also came true. And then the final part is, "With 6 months gone, the year is cursed." So that is actually in reference to 6 members of the Phantom Troop being dead and not actually a passage of time. The allegory in a bunch of these fortunes was referring to each of them as months or moons. And, so that's what this is. Now, that one didn't come true, at least not 6 of them dying, because they used their fortunes to help avoid that fate. But that's why that's referenced in Hisoka's as well. So because we've essentially had everything from Hisoka's fortune fulfilled at this point, again, with the exception of the mention of 6 of the troop members dying, I just don't think there's more to interpret or glean from these words. I think they've essentially served their purpose. Now, that being said, I always think it's cool to dive into deeper interpretations, especially on a meta level, which is what Diego was referencing, that, maybe this was a clue from Togashi that in their ultimate fight, it would take place over 6 chapters or something to that effect. And I certainly love those types of ideas, but at least in terms of in-universe clues or secret meanings to glean from this, I think this one's pretty much done.